Welcome to Meet Your Neighbor, the podcast that highlights the people and stories that make Westbrook Village a truly exceptional community. I'm your host, Steve Merla, local realtor, neighbor, and proud member of this vibrant community. Each episode, we sit down with residents to learn about their careers, life experiences, and what brought them to Westbrook Village. It's a chance to connect, share, and celebrate the unique journeys that shape our neighborhood. Thanks for tuning in. And now, let's meet your neighbor. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Realtor Steve Podcast. Meet your neighbor. Meet your neighbor has changed a little bit. The first Tuesday of every month, I will be doing a Meet Your Neighborhood. This is where we will talk about what's happening nationally in real estate, bring it back to Arizona, and then we'll bring it down to Westbrook Village. Now, I'm going to end each episode by comparing Westbrook Village to another nearby community. Most buyers looking in this area are not just looking at one neighborhood, even though Westbrook Village is the best. But let's be clear up front. My goal is not for Westbrook Village to be the best option. Sometimes it might not be. Sometimes it might be. The goal is just to help people better understand the market and what makes these communities different. What's happening in Westbrook Village could be another. So let's look at the big picture. Looking at the most completed numbers nationally, median home prices are sitting around $398,000. Inventory is about 3.8 months. The mortgage rates are still hanging out around 6 to 6.5%. So yes, the market has definitely slowed compared to the crazy years. I think this is where people get a little confused. A slower market does not mean a bad market. It just means we're in a market where people are paying a lot more attention to the monthly payment. And really, that's what's driving a lot of this. If rates were back in the threes, the market would be very different. But right now, buyers are more careful, more selective, and honestly, smarter. They're taking their time. And on the seller side, a lot of homeowners are locked into really low mortgage rates. So they're not exactly excited to sell a home with a 3% loan and go buy another one at 6%. So nationally, I don't look at this as a weak market. I look at it as a payment-sensitive market. There's still demand. People still want to move, but the math matters right now. Here in Arizona, the market is seeing a lot of the same pressure. Prices statewide are roughly in the mid-400s, and homes are taking longer to sell than they were a couple years ago. So again, nothing dramatic here. This is not some sky is falling situation. This is just a market where buyers have a little more leverage, sellers need to be a little more realistic, and negotiation is back. And honestly, I think that's healthy. A more balanced market is not a bad thing. It just feels different because we got so used to homes flying off the shelf no matter what. Now here's the part we really care about. What's happening in Westbrook Village? And the short answer is Westbrook has actually held up pretty well. Home values here have been relatively steady compared to some of the broader markets. And to me, that makes sense because people are not just buying a house in Westbrook Village. They're buying the golf, the pickleball, the social side of the community, the location, and the lifestyle. And lifestyle communities don't always behave the same as the broader markets. What I'm seeing right now is pretty simple. If a home is priced right, shows well, and is in good condition, it can still move. If you're a 3-stall garage, totally remodeled on the golf course, those are moving pretty well. But if it's pushing the price limits, outdated, or just not presented well, it's going to sit a while longer. So this is definitely not a panic market, but it is a strategic market. Strategy matters. That's probably the best way to say it. You can still absolutely do well in Westbrook Village right now. You just need to be smart. So what does that actually mean? Well, if you're a seller in Westbrook Village, you can still get a strong value for your home. But this is not the kind of market where you can just throw a high number out and hope the buyers will chase it. You've got to justify your price. And if you're a buyer, this is honestly not a bad market at all. You've got more options, less pressure, and more room to negotiate than buyers have had in the past few years. So depending on which side of the table you're on, there's actually opportunity here. Westbrook Village versus Sun City West. Before I wrap up, I want to end each of these episodes with a quick comparison to another nearby community. This month, I thought a good place to start would be Sun City West, because A lot of buyers are trying to figure out the difference between Westbrook Village and Sun City West. And honestly, it's a fair comparison. So here's how I'd look at it. Sun City West generally comes in at a lower price point than Westbrook Village. There's usually a little more inventory, a little more variety, and it tends to attract buyers who are looking really hard at value. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. It can be a really good fit for the right person. Now, Westbrook Village, on the other hand, tends to hold a little firmer in price, and I think part of that is because it feels a little more compact, connected, and lifestyle driven. So I would not say one is automatically better than the other. I would say they're different. And right now, Westbrook seems to be having a little more like a premium lifestyle submarket, while Sun City West is behaving a little more like a value-driven option. And that's useful to know whether you're buying, selling, or just trying to understand where your home fits in the big picture. So that is the first monthly market update here on the Realtor Steve Podcast, Meet Your Neighbor, or in this case, Meet Your Neighborhood. I'm going to keep doing these on the first Tuesday of every month because I want the show to be just a little more than just stories. I want it to be something that's actually useful for the people who live here and for the people thinking about making Westbrook Village home. And as always, real estate is how I support this podcast. So if you ever want to talk through what's happening in the market, what your home might be worth, or how communities like Westbrook Village and Sun City West really compare, I'd be happy to help. I'm Steve Merla, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Thanks again for tuning in to the Meet Your Neighbor podcast. Real estate is how I'm able to support this show and give back to our community. If you or someone you know is thinking about buying or selling a home in Arizona, I'd love to help. I also offer a free real estate review, basically a health checkup for your home's value and market position. You can call or text me anytime at 651-295-6830. Again, that's 651-295-6830. I'd be honored to help you or your neighbors with the next chapter of your real estate journey. And thanks again for listening, and be sure to keep connecting.